Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday and Sunday, March 16th and 17th, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for this weekend and always is the greatest is love. And I want to address the recent, I guess we'll use the word tragedy in New Zealand. And it can be hard to record when these things happen because there's a part of me that wants to address it because, it's part of what we are currently experiencing on this planet. It's part of the current events. I do like to, stick with the agenda, but it's part of the process. And I think that this moon in Cancer can help work us through some of all of this because that's where it always comes down to. It can feel so disempowering sometimes to look at events that happen in the world and be like, prayer, love and light, what can I do? I think one of the biggest things that we need to realize is that we as humans are uncomfortable with change. We as humans are uncomfortable many times with things that are different from us. I think that's one of the biggest things. It's the lack of allowing, the lack of tolerance for change and things that are different from us. The fear that we carry, fear and trauma around fear that we carry. And so when these things do happen, and this moon in Cancer can address this, one of the best things that we can do is look within ourselves and look where we are not allowing of that which is different from us, where we hold the energy of fear when it comes to changes that are going on, because oh my, the world is changing and it's going to continue to change, and good or bad, I don't know. It's always somewhere in that balance. And where can we bring that energy of love? And that's where we always kind of cycle back around to. And this weekend, with the moon moving back into Leo late on Saturday, we cycle back around to that love energy. Where can we bring love? Where can we bring love where there is fear? Where can we bring love where there is a lack of allowance? Where can we bring love to people who have different ideas of God and living and education and government and all of those things? And we all can do this. It's so funny because as I was, getting ready, I have two of my oils on here, and I personally choose to use Young Living oils. And oh my God, I've seen full-on knockdown, drag-out fights about, you should use Young Living, you should use doTERRA. It's like, okay, this is the energy of plants that I connect with. Wonderful. Let's be okay with that. Can we be okay with allowing? So, moon in Cancer, North Node in Cancer can bring us to the place of our comfort zones. Things are going to be uncomfortable. Change is happening. I pulled cards for Saturday and Sunday. And top of the cards for Saturday is the card of change. Especially with some of the astro energies that are going on. Change is happening. It is not always going to be comfortable. We are not always going to be put in situations that we like. However, we always have the ability to find the lesson. This is one of the lessons in here. Where can I cultivate love? The greatest energy of love. Where can I cultivate the allowance? Where can I let people be who they are? Where can I realize they are on their path, learning their lessons, I am on mine, learning mine. And the more we can each do that, the space it has on this planet will grow and things will change. So that being said, let's just look at some of what's going on. Saturday is a busy day. Let me show you the card for overall this weekend is going with the flow. So we want to work with the tides. Moon in Cancer brings up the feels. You may have a lot of feelings going on. Moon in Cancer is actually connecting to Pluto today. Actually, we have the moon connecting to Pluto, and we have Mercury connecting into Pluto today. So really strong Pluto energy. We have Mars and Pluto kind of working their way into a trine, as well as the North Node and South Node energy. Like, so much going on. Pluto in its energy is where we can find that empowerment, where we can face the fear, where we can face transformation and change. Pluto can be a very destructive force. So when we do not face that fear, when we do not step into our personal mastery, when we cannot find that light, that destruction can come forward in our lives or in other places. So it's a good thing to be aware of. We may be very aware of the destructive energy this weekend with Pluto connecting in. As the moon in Cancer, opposes Pluto, we may feel that push and pull. We may feel that push and pull between the changes that are going on and the clinging to the past. That does happen. Where can you find your empowerment? Now, what I love is right now, Vesta is actually hanging out at 21 degrees right next to Mercury, which Mercury, like I said, is connecting to the moon and connecting to Pluto at 22 degrees. So there we also have that Vesta energy. And Vesta even shows it. It's like the container of light. It is the glyph, as I see it on my page, as I have it written there. The glyph is these little V's, but what it reminds me of is like the hara, the womb energy, the light that is contained within you, of which you have so much power. When you feel that fear, when the changes start to come up, as they're going to continue to do, can you tap into the light and know that you are a child of the universe and that you will be safe and that all will be well? That is part of the mastery. I know sometimes it can be hard to wrap our mind around that, but that's what we got to do. We got to learn to work with that Mercury energy. And that Mercury energy, especially, this is what just comes to my mind, that Mercury energy in Pisces. Gosh, it's got so much stuff in there. This is so interesting, this card. This is the Seven of Water. In traditional tarot cards, it's like there's all of these options, and it can be a card of illusions. As I was saying, it can be really hard when you bring up that past stuff. What popped into my head is how many past lives. When I go into my past lives, I go in through my death. So I have seen myself die many deaths in many ways. And when I was saying, we have to make peace with we will be okay. The soul moves on. The soul is. The soul, that light energy, it continues on. And we have to realize we will be okay. And that can be hard because there's the part of us that wants to continue on and has a desire to continue on. And it always does. But sometimes we have to leave behind the body. So, this is going so many interesting places. Some of this stuff may come up this weekend. Part of these master energies, part of your reclamation of your light, part of letting go of the past. These illusions, the illusions that you are anything but this light, you know? The illusions that fear bring when change happens. And we have to step into seizing the new and utilizing it to our highest and best. So, a lot of this may come up. Moon connecting to North Node, South Node. Are we taking the path of the new, or are we clinging to the past? What are we doing in this? Pluto energy. Are we utilizing the mastery of it and empowerment? Or are we sinking into the destruction? Vesta, claiming our light. And then Mercury in Pisces, which really taps us in to the karmic energy. It taps us in to the esoteric. And it can tap us into the oneness. I love, Nikki would always say, we are one and we are one. And it's important to remember the singularity, our individual. Here I am to be me. And yet here I am in this web of life, connected to all, connected to the oneness of all. It's important to remember that. Ding. I love when I get that confirmation. Thank you. So we have that going on. We also have the sun connecting to the moon, especially on Saturday. Take it easy. I think this is part of the change. Can you nurture yourself? Can you allow the feelings, if and whatever you have about this, to come up and allow yourself to be processed? Utilize this heavy water energy to allow these things to move through. I love that the moon shifts 5:57 p.m. into Leo, and that's what I have written next to it. Love. The greatest is love. Moon in Leo is bringing about that energy and really holding that strong for the next 2.5 days. Now we're building into a full moon. Another super moon energy that's going to be happening on Wednesday. We are finishing up Pisces, moving into Aries energy. We have the equinox coming up. That's all on Wednesday. So we do feel that building. Can you hold the love as you go with the flow? So let's look at our cards for Sunday. So, the moon is connecting to Uranus and Chiron. Words. Uranus and Chiron on Sunday. Oh no, actually, they're actually connecting onto that on Saturday. One connection on Sunday. That's still happening. Saturday night is Uranus and Chiron. So moon, after it shifts, connecting to Uranus and Chiron. Again, more of the change. Uranus and Taurus. Can we hold the worth for people's differences? We talked about that with Venus and Aquarius, the places within yourself that you reject. Notice that. Notice that when it comes up. Can you hold that love space for those places? Because the more we can do it within ourselves, the more we can see these resonances within others and hold that space for them in their process, in their learning path. Chiron in Aries, loving the self, healing via love of the self, healing via love of your light, love of your soul, and grasping that and moving forward. All right, now into Sunday we go. Sunday, moon will be in Leo, holding the creativity energy, the inner child energy, and hopefully you are carrying the container of love. We have connection between Mercury in Pisces with Mars. Mars is in Taurus too. So we got some mud going on, some muddiness. What is my overall feeling with that? That's really late in the evening that's happening. It's 3 degrees. It is meant to be this expansive connection. It's not 3 degrees. It's 21 degrees. It adds up to 3. Sorry, my brain jumps ahead. Mercury in Pisces. Again, bringing up things of old. Here's what I feel like that with that. Creativity. Mars and Taurus, your productivity, your creativity. We all have hidden latent talents that are buried in us from these times where we have been before and have now come about again. You may find some of these things rising forward. My hope is that Uranus and Taurus for many will bring up latent talents and gifts, and this may be one of those doorways, portals for it. The cards I have that go with it, beyond the creativity, is slowing down. Continue to take it easy. Pisces is almost over. It's like the week between Christmas and New Year's right now that's happening. Take it easy. That's a wonky time. Be gentle with yourself over the next couple days as we, finish up these Pisces energies. Slow down. Be in that creativity. And if you find yourself getting in the mind, at least bring yourself around to the energy of love and let that be a filter through which you scan what's going on in your mental energies. All right, so I think I'm going to let that be that for now. I'm moving forward with my class, so, keep messaging me if that is something you would like to have information about. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. I plan on doing something on Patreon this weekend. I'm not sure, but right now what I'm feeling like is some Divine Rumi cards might be nice to tap into that energy of love as a reminder that it is always there for us. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. There is more than enough love in the world for you. And that means there's more than enough freedom for you to be you in the world for you. And you do have the power. Namaste.